On the news tonight, President Muhammadu Buhari confers Nigerian National Order of Merit Awards on deserved citizens. Correspondent examines the practice and the dangers inherent in female genital mutilation. Thanks for joining us. My name is Olaumi Adeniji. Here are the details of our package. Efforts to eradicate female genital mutilation can only be achieved by increased public enlightenment on the dangers inherent in the practice, which experts say put the nation on the spotlight among the Committee of Nations. Correspondent Joy Popola reports on this in the wake of zero tolerance for female genital mutilation, a decision of the United Nations seeking to end female genital mutilation by the year 2030. Here are the details of the package.
Female circumcision, also known as female genital mutilation, is an old practice of cutting part of the external genitals of the girl child. Statistics shows that at least 200 million girls and women alive today living in 30 countries have undergone FGM, with many of them living in precarious health conditions. Nigeria is among 28 African countries that have banned female genital mutilation. But in spite of that, 23.3% of women in Nigeria aged 15 to 49 have undergone FGM. This practice is still in the front burner despite the Child Rights Act and the Convention on Protection of the Girl Child, which has been domesticated. Mrs. Bumie Kundayo, a lawyer and gender advocate from the Justice Development and Peace Commission, JDPC, speaks on the unwanted narrative.
Most of the time you find out that it's based on cultural causes, and culture sometimes does not look at the negative impact or the negative consequences such acts will have on the victims or on the individuals. All culture want to do is protect our culture, maintain the culture, uphold the culture. And most of the time, especially when it comes to female genital mutilation, you find out that who are the custodian of those culture? The women. And female genital mutilation does not have any medical benefit to the girl. Instead, it has negative consequences on the girl. It can make them bleed to death. It can make them develop cysts. It can make them develop infertility.
For the narrative to change, adequate public enlightenment needs to be done in addition to criminalizing the act.
Nigeria has also passed a law we call Violence Against Persons Law at the national level. In some states, for instance in Ogun State, we have also passed that law, Violence Against Persons. I think it was passed in 2013. But I don't think you can find anything about female genital mutilation in that law. I'm not sure of. Yes, of course, the child right law would have things like that. So when you talk about, even if you have the laws in place, like the child right law, having something like that, the Violence Against Persons does not have. We have not adopted, we are secretly to CEDAW, but have we passed it? No.
Some women who spoke to NTA described the practice as barbaric, saying it is alien to the tradition and customs of Ijebu land.
It is not a good practice. We need to stop it. Several terminal diseases can be contracted in the process of circumcision. In this modern age, I don't expect anybody to still be indulging in such a practice.
The stakeholders agreed that all hands must be on deck to achieve the targets of zero FGM by year 2030. In Ijebu ode, Joel Bukbola, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari says Nigeria is keen in fostering excellence across board, and we continue to celebrate those who contributed their quota to the arduous task of getting her on the top bracket of outstanding nations. This was at the conferment of the 2020 and 2021 Nigerian National Order of Merit Awards to deserving citizens of the country. Correspondent Adamu Sambu completes the report.
The award recipients for 2020 are Professor Oluyinka Olurotimi Olutoye, a world-renowned fetal and pediatric surgeon, represented here by his father, Oba Olufemi Rotimi, the Alani of Edoani Kingdom, and the late Professor Charles Ejike Chidume, a globally renowned professor of mathematics, represented by his son, Dr. Okechukwu Chidume. And the awardee for 2021 is Professor Godwin Samuel Ehagbuere, a world-renowned professor of mathematical physics with research interests and activities in non-commutative stochastic analysis, tropical partial algebras, and financial mathematics. The Nigerian National Order of Merit is the highest and most prestigious award bestowed by the country on its citizens for creative, intellectual, and academic contributions that have national and global significance.
I am proud to welcome the new laureates to this prestigious League of Citizens. You are not just a national treasure, you are now important milestones in the history of Nigeria's upward path.
Let me also use this opportunity to call on Nigerian universities, both public and private, to rise up to the challenge and continue to lead in innovative research targeted at providing solutions to the many problems affecting the country, especially post-COVID-19 era.
President Muhammadu Buhari, who congratulated the award recipients, assured them that the nation will continue to celebrate and hold up their achievements as a shining example worthy of emulation by upcoming young men and women in the country.
Please endeavor at all times to serve as beacons of hope and aspirations for the younger generation of Nigerians, reminding them that our survival and collective future as a nation ultimately rests on our being active participants in global developmental efforts, especially in science and technology.
The President appreciated the governing board of the Nigerian National Order of Merit Award for making transparency and love for the nation as the hallmark of their stewardship, saying the good work must be sustained.
The Nigerian National Order of Merit Award is one of the enduring national legacies that are held in high regard. I wish to assure you that this administration is fully committed to giving the recognition that it deserves by immortalizing its recipients who have taken this country to greater heights, both in Nigeria and in diaspora.
And on behalf of the award recipients, Professor Godwin Ehagbuere thanks the federal government for finding them worthy of recognition after what he described as diligent, thorough, objective, and rigorous selection process.
This is bound to inspire many persons around the world who regard us as their mentors, while potentially fostering increased interest in science and medicine in Nigeria, and also the groundbreaking applications of these subjects to national development.
Established 43 years ago, the Nigerian National Order of Merit Award recipients have now increased to 79. Each one of them adjudged to have epitomized the fineness of Nigeria's capacity for innovation and creativity. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
We are going on a short break now. There will be more reports after this time out.
Atiba University, AU, in God we trust. Atiba University, knowledge, our light to the world. Knowledge we seek, knowledge we give, knowledge our creed, knowledge our key to change our world, make it a better place. God has strength, knowledge our key. Atiba University, AU, in God we trust. Atiba University, knowledge our light to the world. We learn to live, we learn to lead, we learn to excel and be self-sufficient.
You are Welcome back and thanks for joining us. The news continues. Queues are suddenly appearing at fuel stations in Abuja, the nation's capital. Safia Uche, who went around the city center, reports that only few stations are dispensing premium motor spirit. Details of the report.
A drive round Abuja city center confirms the situation. While some fuel stations were seen selling the product, others were not. Some buyers claim they have to bribe the fuel attendants for them to sell the product.
About 4 filling stations. They have no join NFPC or Wando. All of them just stop once that they are not selling fuel again.
I had to drive all the way to this place to get fuel. And the queue, I've been on the queue for more than 30 minutes.
We should go to those places that are not selling, to ask them questions, why are they not selling? What is their problem?
I don't know whether maybe it's a panic buying or whatever, but I have fuel that I can be able to sell to my customers.
But investigation into the matter shows that the product was not of specification. The president, Ifman Chinedu Okoronkwo, says those who do not have the new product cannot sell.
Product that came into the country, and my members discovered after selling some of these things to motorists started having issues, and I believe NNPC have done something in that direction. So whatever thing that is happening is artificial, it will be solved.
Fuel hawkers were seen everywhere having a field day, while commuters are hoping that the situation eases off in the coming days. Safia Uchi, NTA News.
Nigeria is developing a national roadmap for the management of response to criminal or international unauthorized acts contravening regulatory control. Director General, Nigerian Nuclear Regulatory Authority, Yao Idris, said this at a workshop for national and international experts in the management of atomic energy. Adebola Bruslin Sunday concludes the report.
Yes, nuclear and other radioactive materials have increasingly become preferred tools in the hand of criminals and terrorists for creating threats to global security. In its bid to tackle nuclear terrorism, the International Atomic Energy Agency is helping policymakers and experts worldwide to improve nuclear security and manage radioactive sources.
We will together review the identified capability gaps, prioritize them, and agree on a nuclear security response roadmap in which gaps will be addressed and the national response capacity will be enhanced.
As Nigeria is developing a national nuclear security detection architecture, the Director General insists the response component cannot be overlooked.
This caused the need to develop national capabilities to respond to criminal and unauthorized acts involving nuclear and radioactive materials.
The framework will establish a mechanism to coordinate the various activities undertaken by several competent authorities during the response to a nuclear security event.
Workshop which seeks to drive a systemic recovery of materials considered as out of regulatory control is one of the expected outcomes of the 5-day convergence. Adebola Brooksling, NTA News.
To end the news this evening, a recap of our top stories. We brought to a report that President Muhammadu Buhari has conferred Nigerian National Order of Merit Awards on 3 Nigerians. We also told you that correspondent has examined the practice and the danger inherent in female genital mutilation in the wake of zero tolerance for the practice. And that concludes our package for this evening. The Yoruba version of the bulletin we brought to you by Ajibola Abiodun. After this time out, from me, it is good night.